so we're back with Dan. So Dan, as an aspiring director and not, development not really being part of my career, how do I go about arranging pitch meetings or being able to get to an executive and being able to pitch an idea?
As talent, which as a director that you would be, more likely than not, you're going to find the path of least resistance to be to attach yourself to a producer and let the producer do the talking. Let the producer position you appropriately as to why they feel that, that you would be the ideal director for a project. Because film is always collaborative and television is always collaborative, it's important for you to find who the right partners will be. In any partnership, there's going to be one person who's probably a lot more glib than the other members of the partnership, and have that person do all the talking. It's okay. Not everyone has to be the showboat. And if you have someone who's really, really good at pitching, there's a really good chance they might not be good at some of the other areas. So that's where you would fill it in. So as a director, most people don't expect a director to be someone who necessarily is going to be able to talk the money or is going to be able to talk the audience. They're going to be talking more about their vision and more about what the specific artistic quality of the piece is. So that's why you might want a producer to come in and you would be in the room with them to talk your part. And they would be there talking the more business and the more audience-oriented part. And that's the thing that will give the person on the other side of the desk a level of comfort, as opposed to only talking to someone who's solidly creative.
Let's say you break in as a first-time director. How do you transition to higher paid jobs in terms, how do you work with development in terms of the next project to say, well, I've done this now, it's time for me to do, something better?
It's a simple but unpleasant answer, and that is make money. If you create something that makes money, has a nice return on investment, or at least doesn't lose money, there's a really good chance that someone's going to give you another chance. So just don't have something run over budget, have something run way over schedule, and hopefully if the producer did their job and they've alleviated the risk as much as possible, and you come in with something that has been reasonably profitable, you will get another chance at the bat. And each time you come up to the bat, and each time you have something that performs even slightly better than bottom line expectations, you will be given a little bit more power, you'll be given a little bit more money, and you'll be given a greater opportunity to assert your creativity. And guess what? Every time you do one of these bread and butter pictures, even if you figure, oh, this is way below what I would like to do, you learn something. And that learning will make you that much of a stronger artist when you get the chance to do your dream project. So it's all about doing a good job every step of the way. And by doing that, the career paths will open up.
Okay, cool. So we both being minorities, how does that affect, or where do you see that in terms of in the entertainment industry? Where do you see it going from now?
Well, what I see has happened in the 30 years since I came into the industry is that unless someone specifically positions themselves as being as being of a certain ethnicity, most of the time it's transparent. You don't look at someone anymore as, oh, well, that's that Japanese development exec, that's that Hispanic director. You actually say, this is David Chavarria, a really great director. This is Dan Watanabe, who was a development exec for a number of years. There's not that component of ethnicity playing in as much as it used to, unless you choose it to. So let's say, for example, you want to make a movie that speaks directly to the Latino marketplace. Then you bring that part of your heritage up. Otherwise, it's anecdotal. It's something that's part of your background. It's something that you can use a little bit creatively, but it's not something that defines you. It's not something that other people will look at and have that as the lead to who you are. The lead is you're a good director. The lead is that you have a certain talent and you have a certain storytelling ability. That's what people care about. Magazine writers like to talk about ethnicity and all of that, but the audience really doesn't care. They want to see a good movie, they want to see a good story, and they don't really have a consciousness of what's behind it. And ideally, nor should they.
Great. Thank you very much, Dan, for being with us. And
Okay, well, thank you.
we'll see you soon.
Okay.